My name's Samuel. Everyone calls me Sam. I rented this house close to my workplace, and I pay moderately less amount of rent in comparison to other tenants in my locality. The reason behind the low rent is nothing but the history of the house. Let me first show you around. So, this is the living room. That's my kitchen, and you see the stairs going up. That leads to my bedroom. And you see this long corridor at the end of my living room. It goes down to the basement. I haven't used the basement because... Oh, that must be the delivery guy. I'll TikTok you guys after dinner. Samuel Johnson works in an IT company. He is originally from Canada, but he moved to London for his job. Apart from being an IT guy, Samuel has a secret passion. He considers himself a paranormal researcher / ghost hunter. He saw an advertisement for this house on social media. The history of this house made him rent it without a single doubt. Yes, this house has a bizarre past. This 2-story wooden house was built around the 1970s. A lady named Catherine lived here with her little daughter. Her husband worked in the army. One night, she received a call about her husband's death. She became mad in sorrow. Most of the time, she wandered around the house like a ghost. The death of her husband shocked her so much that she became unable to take care of her daughter. Her daughter went to play in the basement one day. As soon as the little girl went downstairs, she found Catherine hanging by her neck from the cellar. The child, too little to respond, sat down under her mother's hanging corpse and watched her for the entire night. After 4 days, when the mailman smelt bad odor coming from the house, he informed the neighbors and the cops. The cops found Catherine's decayed corpse that almost turned into a skeleton hanging from the cellar. They also discovered the little girl had starved to death underneath it. The tenant warned Sam about the house's terrible backstory, but Sam rented it anyway. Hey guys, I'm back. So, as I was telling you, this house has a sad past. A poor lady committed suicide in the basement, and her little daughter also died out of starvation down there. I'm the first person to rent this house in a long time, and there's no record of who lived here after Catherine and her daughter. But people say no one has been able to spend more than a night in this house. Hence, all that I am going to share with you is utterly from my personal experience. It is 9 p.m. already, and the tenant has strictly prohibited me from using the basement at night after sundown. I haven't stepped into the basement now, but I will in time. All that happens in this house tonight will be shared with you guys through my TikTok videos, so I hope you enjoy it. So, buckle up and let's do some ghost hunting. If there are any ghosts. Okay, that could be a wiring problem, right? So, everything was going alright until one evening I came home from work and I found freshly made handprints on the wall. As you can see, these prints are of a child's hand and I live alone. I don't have a neighbor who has a child this small, also I lock my house perfectly. Without a break-in, no one can enter here. I can tell you all that this paint is fresh, like someone recently made these handprints. These weren't here when I moved in. Not just this though, I encounter a bad reeking smell every day after the sun sets. Like, right now, there's an odd smell in the entire air of the house, as if something died in here. Last night, I was sleeping upstairs in my room. I'm kind of a light sleeper. I woke up with a little amount of sound. I heard footsteps down here in the living room. The footsteps were quite disoriented, as if a child was running around. I came down the stairs to check, but I found nothing. Apart from all of that, my things keep getting misplaced. Suppose I kept this lamp in this corner here. When I wake up in the morning, I find it in a completely different room. Dude, I hope you are not messing with me right now. Did you guys see a shadow moving behind me? Someone in the comments told me he saw a shadow moving behind me. I think I'm gonna believe him because there is definitely a supernatural presence residing in this house. I've decided to sleep downstairs for the night and film myself. I'll share the video with you guys, so stay tuned with me. Good night. Hey guys, I just woke up hearing a door closing hard. I've checked almost the entire house, but I found all my doors were completely locked. Now, for the most horrifying part. My camera has 2 hours of footage so far, and I would like to show that to you guys right now. I haven't watched it yet, so I'm gonna watch it with you guys. So are we ready, guys? Let's do it. Oh my god! Did you guys see that? Trust me, I have no idea who this woman or child are. I probably should leave this house right now. I can't stay here anymore. There is no doubt that this house is haunted. Did you guys heard that, right? Shit, man. Okay, I have no idea how this door is open right now because I still have the key that I didn't use to unlock this door. Fuck it, I'm leaving. Oh my god, what's happening? No, no, no! Samuel Johnson, a 28-year-old man from Canada, was found dead last night in this house. In the morning, when Sam didn't attend his office for an important meeting, his colleague came to his house to get some documents. Even after ringing the doorbell several times, Sam didn't open the door. His colleague got suspicious and called the landlord. They both entered the house and found the house completely ravaged. They walked down the basement and discovered Sam's lifeless body hanging from the cellar. The cops have found some weird footage that Sam uploaded to his TikTok account last night. So far, no one knows what happened exactly. Cops are investigating his mysterious death. I woke up in the morning and looked at the phone. It was 11 a.m., but I didn't have to rush to go to work because today was Saturday, favorite day of the week. I dialed up Anna. After a few moments of ringing, Anna picked up the call and said, Yeah, I remember. I'll be meeting you at the mall at 7 p.m. sharp. Happy now? I laughed and replied, Okay, I'll see you then. I and Anna had been best friends since childhood. They went to the same school, studied in the same college, and now work at the same company as well. I got up from bed and made a warm cup of coffee. I recorded on TikTok with the tagline, Good morning to all you lovely people out there. I then sat down on the couch and started scrolling TikTok feed. Videos of food, fashion, and daily life vlogs started to come up one by one. Suddenly, I clicked on a random account. The account belonged to a guy making mime videos. He was doing tricks and making funny faces. I liked one of his videos, so I commented generously, Nice job, keep it up. I went to make breakfast for myself. My phone received a notification. I opened it and saw the mime guy followed my account. I didn't bother much about it and got busy with my daily chores. After lunch, I watched a movie and don't exactly remember when I dozed off. I woke up hearing my phone ringing out loud. It was Anna. I answered her call. You tell me, where are you? Get ready and meet me at the mall. I saw it was 6:30 already. I got ready and left for the mall. We met near the mall gate. Anna and I clicked pictures and took so many TikTok videos. We both were kind of fans of TikTok, so wherever we went, we filmed TikTok videos. Anna bought lots of clothes. She went to trial them and I sat down near the trial room. I was waiting for her to come out when suddenly I felt someone is watching me. I looked around the mall. There were plenty of people roaming around the mall. Everyone was busy on their own. There was a mirror at some distance from me. I saw a weird-looking face hiding behind it. I didn't go check it out. Anna came wearing a dress and said, "So, how do I look?" I smiled awkwardly and again looked at the mirror. "Rita, tell me, should I buy this?" I looked back at Anna and said, Yeah, you should buy it." Anna noticed me being distracted. She asked, "What happened? Are you looking for someone?" I replied, "No, just thought I saw someone." We finished our shopping, then went to eat somewhere. Anna was going through the uploaded TikTok videos. She suddenly said, "Hey, who's this weird mime guy standing behind you in this picture?" I looked at the photo and my heart stopped. It was the same mime guy from the TikTok video this morning. How the hell he came to this mall? Then I remembered I have uploaded pictures from the moment I stepped inside the mall. Did the guy follow me here? This is an odd incident of him living in the same area where I do. It creeped me out that this guy is now at the same mall with me. "And I think we should leave early. Let's take the food home. We'll eat it there," I said. Anna didn't question me further because she understood my discomfort right at that moment. We packed the food and came out of the mall. There's a long subway on my way home. The streets were empty. The crickets chirping around with the sound of the hollow wind made my skin crawl in fear. "Let's walk faster," I said to Anna. My car was parked at the end of the subway. As soon as we got into the subway, an eerie feeling grabbed my heart. Anna was looking back constantly. I realized she too got scared. "Is someone following us?" Anna asked. I told her about this mime guy and she got even more scared. We were walking as fast as we could when suddenly we heard a burst of creepy laughter at the end of the tunnel. I stopped. "Is anyone there?" I screamed. Anna and I were panting in fear. I asked again, "Is anyone there? We've called the cops, so you better run away, you creep." From the darkness of the tunnel, the mime guy came out. He laughed, terrifying both of us, and said, "Is this how you treat your fan, Rita?" "Who are you? What do you want?" Anna screamed. The mime guy made weird faces and said, "Oh, nothing. I just want your friend to be my friend as well." "You better fuck off, creep. Get lost now, or you'll be in huge trouble. The cops are on their way," I said in a threatening voice. The mime guy started to cry now. He was sobbing like a little child. He said in a crying voice, "No one wants to be my friend. That is why I take them home and keep them in my cellar. Come on, Rita, Anna, I want to be your friend. So you guys better come with me." Suddenly, his eyes lit up like a hungry wolf. He looked at us and said in a psychotic voice, "Don't make me force you. I will then have to twist your necks like little birds." Anna screamed, saying, "You jerk! You think you can threaten us and get away with it?" She picked up a stone lying on the ground and threw it, aiming at the mime's jaw. The guy fell on the road, bleeding and screaming in pain. We then started to run towards the car. Anna ran past him. I was just about to cross him when suddenly, he grabbed my leg and started to pull me down. Before I could understand anything, the mime guy got up on me and started to lick my cheeks with his blood-soaked tongue. The more he did this freaking thing, the more he screamed in joy. The guy was utterly sick and mad at the same time. Anna hit him hard again on his head, and I fainted, screaming one last time. The cops came and arrested this guy. I didn't go out of the house for a month. I can't forget his scary face leaning on me till the day I die. My girlfriend Rosie was a huge TikTok fan. Whenever we went somewhere, she never forgot to record a TikTok video. Rosie and I met in college. She was obsessed with social media. I often told her to keep some privacy, but she never listened to me. She loved the fake attention of people showering her with love on social media. Everything was going fine. Rosie was a happy, cheerful girl until she met a horrible accident. Rosie went for a long drive with her best friend Alice. I knew Alice for a long time. She was close with Rosie. They were driving on the highway at midnight. The car somehow lost control and Rosie could not control it. The car bumped onto a divider and turned over, crashing badly. Rosie made it out alive, but poor Alice suffered huge blood loss. If the paramedics were called in time, Alice could have been saved, but it was too late for her. When Rosie got back to her senses and called the paramedics, Alice lost a huge amount of blood. We all attended her funeral. Rosie turned into a completely different person. She hardly talked or went outside. I realized how traumatized she had become after losing her friend, but I couldn't see her like this, so I started to cheer her up in every way possible. One day Rosie was sitting near the window, watching the sunset. I went close to her and started filming her at TikTok. She looked at the camera and smiled casually. I uploaded the video from my TikTok account tagging her. People started commenting, "So pretty," "Beautiful girl," and things like that. I thought at least these compliments would put a smile on her face. I took her out for dinner and then dropped her home. I came home and freshened up. When I came back from my room, a notification popped up. I checked my phone and saw that someone had commented in the TikTok video of Rosie. Out of curiosity, I opened the video to see the comment. A friend of mine had commented, "Dude, your neighbor is creepy." I didn't understand what he meant. I replied to the comment saying, "What are you saying, bro?" Within 10 to 15 minutes, my friend replied, "Look outside the window. He's watching your girlfriend." I played the video and looked closely near the window. I captured the video, keeping the sunset in front of Rosie, so the camera recorded the outside view as well. As I watched closely, I noticed a tall man standing in the garden right in front of the window. Even though I couldn't see his face, but from his body posture, I could tell he was looking at Rosie. The locality where Rosie stays are quite a friendly neighborhood. She had been living there with her parents since childhood. I almost knew every person close to her house, but I didn't recognize this man at all. With more days passing, Rosie's health started to deteriorate. She started getting nightmares. She often woke up screaming in bed. Whenever I asked her, she said the tall man had come to get her. I decided to take her to a psychiatrist. I knew Alice's death left a deep impact on her mind. One evening, Rosie was staying home alone as her parents went to go see her grandmother. I went to stay with her. Leaving her alone for an entire night is not a good idea. I picked up some food from a nearby restaurant. I was walking towards Rosie's house. The area was empty. As soon as I got close to the house, I heard Rosie scream. I ran immediately and bolted inside the house. Rosie was sitting on the living room floor. Her face was pale white. She was sweating in terrible fear. "Rosie, what happened?" "I fell asleep on the couch. Suddenly I heard knocking on the glass window. As I opened my eyes, I saw... What? What did you see?" "Alice was standing outside of the window with that tall, bony man. Her face was horrible. They were calling me." She then broke into tears. I calmed her down. After dinner, I tucked her into bed and sat beside her. She couldn't sleep, hence we started watching a movie. I was worried like hell. I had no idea who the hell this tall man was. Suddenly, I remembered that comment on my video. Rosie, did you see the video I took on TikTok that day? Yes. Why? You didn't see the man standing inside your garden? What man are you talking about? I played the video once again and showed her. Rosie screamed in fear, saying, "Oh my God, Mark, he's come to get me. Please, please, Mark, don't let him take me. Please, I don't want to die." She started sobbing terribly. I got all freaked out. I said, "What are you saying? Who are they? Please, Rosie, tell me everything." Rosie said in a fumbled voice, "Alice and the tall man. They come to my dreams every night. They whisper in my ears." I asked, "What do they whisper?" Rosie looked around us as if someone was going to hear us, then said in a low voice, "They said that I was supposed to die that day with Alice. It's not right that I live," and started crying again. I hugged Rosie. I didn't know what to do or how to help my girlfriend from going mad, because whatever she was telling me, none of it could be true. Maybe the guy in the video is just a guy from the street. How can I believe that her dead friend and a spooky tall man come to her dream and say all these creepy weird things? The next morning after her parents returned, I went straight to her psychiatrist. Dr. Millard was sitting in her chamber. She smiled at me and said, "Please, sit down, Mark. What is it you want to talk about?" Dr. Millard, Rosie keeps telling me about this tall guy. What's happening to her?" Dr. Millard said in a low voice, "Look, Mark, I obviously don't have to tell you that somehow Rosie finds herself responsible for her friend Alice's death. So, as per my intuition, she is hallucinating the tall man as the Grim Reaper. She feels she should have died that day too. As she survived unexpectedly, the Grim Reaper is now behind her soul." "So, you mean it's all in her imagination? How will she recover? She's losing her mind over this." Dr. Miller said, "I would suggest you all take care of her and be with her until she expresses herself more to me. I can't make any conclusion now." I left the doctor's office in despair, but I was too late to stop the upcoming danger. I got a call from her mother. "Mark, oh my God, Rosie's locked herself in her room. Please hurry." I jumped into my car and drove as fast as possible. As soon as I reached Rosie's house, I heard screams coming from the home. I ran inside the house and slammed the door hard. Rosie's mom screamed from upstairs. "Mark, what's happening to my daughter? Please do something." I banged on Rosie's door. "Rosie? Rosie, open the door! What are you doing?" Rosie was sobbing in a painful voice. I didn't wait anymore because something in my heart kept telling me the danger is yet to come. I pushed the door hard and it broke down. We all saw Rosie sitting on her bed sobbing. She was looking to the corner of the room with wide, fearful eyes. But there was no one. She said, "Please stop, you two. I can't take this anymore." She then looked at me and said, "Mark, they're looking at me. They're calling me. Alice and the tall man. Can't you see them standing in the corner of the room?" I saw nothing except darkness in the corner of the room. An idea sprung to mind. I took out my phone and started filming a video on the same TikTok filter, but didn't see anything. I stopped recording and said to Rosie, "Rosie, there's no one inside this room. Come here. Come on." But Rosie stood up and took out a revolver under her pillow. Rosie's mom screamed, "Rosie, what are you doing with your father's gun? Please, dear, don't do anything wrong. Stop this madness," and started crying. Rosie's father entered the house screaming, "Rosie!" But as soon as he came upstairs and saw Rosie pointing a gun at her head, he was numbed in fear. Rosie then looked at the dark corner and said, "Mark, there's something you don't know. Alice had a crush on you. I got so jealous. I knew I didn't have to, but still, I couldn't stand her anymore.
That day when the car turned over, I was conscious. She bled out in front of me, asking for help, but I didn't call the paramedics. I watched her bleed. I watched her die. I'm so sorry. I don't deserve this life.
A loud gunshot took place, and blood splattered on the white wall above Rosie. I lost my girlfriend. Dr. Miller said it's the guilt in her subdued mind that led her to take this drastic step. But I still have that video I took at that moment. Believe me or not, as the camera pans in the room at the dark corner, I see a tall guy standing in there. And beside him, I see a blurred female face, drenched in blood.